Hello there, welcome back to the Retro Room once again. It's Sunday, May the 10th, and we've made a few changes again last night. There's always something going on around here, even if I'm not buying a lot of things these days. The latest poster to the collection is this Kingdom of the Spiders original Australian daybill. The reason I like daybills so much is that you can get a lot more of them on the wall. Some people could say, well, why don't you frame them? Framing costs are a little bit high, and I don't want to pay to have all of these framed. I don't have all the room to have all these framed. Anyway, a good friend of mine, Martin, actually, who's one of the guys that comes here for my retro gaming nights, actually gave me this, and I thought that was very nice of him. I do like this film from 1977 with William Shatner, and I believe I do have the VHS re-release of that. There it is, right there. And then last night I thought, well, I'll try and find some space to put more horror movies on display, and so here we have the small case collection of some CIC home video original releases. We've got The Island. Now The Island technically is not a horror film, but it looks so much like the Jaws cover art. It looks really nice. It matches it really well, so I'll just stick it there. So this is the original Jaws release. This one's out of the these were originally a cardboard carton, which is like the Omen 1 and 2, which I put somewhere last night. I can't remember where I put those. Original cardboard, cartons, but they've been basically cut up and made into one of these cases. The original tape is actually in really good shape considering its age. This is from 1979. Or 80, I believe. Might be late 79. Yeah, there it is. 75 movie. I believe though this was released in 79. So on video for the first time. That's a beta. Then we have Jaws 2. I love the Jaws 2 cover art. Actually, it's really good. We've got 2 copies of Jaws 3. We've got 2 originals. We've got beta and VHS. And then we've got The Keep, which I absolutely love this film. I wish I could own the 3-hour original Michael Mann version. Don't sure if that's ever been released. Love that film. I do have the Laserdisc print on DVD. And the original release by Magnetic Video South Pacific of The Fog. Now The Fog is one of my other favourites. And I actually find it interesting, the back of this sleeve has actually got a very, like it's got basically a shot of the ship here, but I don't really see it much in the film or in any other releases cover arts, so it's quite interesting. Then we've got Friday the 13th Part 2 and 3, we've got Ghost Story, My Bloody Valentine, and Massacre at Central High, which I still haven't seen yet. And then of course these are the original cardboard cartons of Omen 1 and 2 by Magnetic Video South Pacific, which is Magnetic Video in the States. And yeah, beautiful little beta tapes. They're really cool. So I put those on display. Jaws the Revenge, of course, is up there. And I've put Q the Winged Serpent, my American VHS re-release there. It's in widescreen. And my British Wolfen widescreen release. So I love that film. Last night I actually watched Halloween 3 on Blu-ray. Again, I absolutely adore this film, along with Christian Hanna. How you going, buddy? I love this film. I must get the daybill or full-size poster of that. This is probably my favourite Halloween. There's a lot of haters. There were a lot of haters out there over the years, over the decades, that hate this film. I think it's bloody awesome. And there's the original original Thorny EMI release on Betamax, which is uncut. This one might be the same, I'm not sure, but I know that was the uncut release. So, moving along, I've also put moved the adjusted tracking documentary on VHS, little poster there, which I laminated. Got these guys here as well. And we're moving along just gently here. We've put some more, made almost all of my Laserdiscs on display be horror, not just action or whatever. There's a few that I just have to show, which is Volcano and definitely Earthquake. That cover art's awesome. Blue Thunder and Big Trouble in Little China may move eventually, and then of course we've got Tremors and The Hidden and Puppet Masters. But my favourite release I now have is Return of the Living Dead Part 2. This is the original version with the original music and all the rest of it, which is far better than what they did on DVD in Australia. And then of course we've got the Relic. I watched the Relic as well last night, and if you haven't seen this one before, I love it. It's basically some critics saying it was basically a hash up between Jaws, Predator, Aliens, basically, and combined. But you know what? This movie is great. I really like it. I'm a big Tom Sizemore fan, and it's a widescreen release. I really love it. And I actually last night, just so you might not have seen this before, I was actually listening to it via the headphones on my Pioneer Laserdisc player, and I'll get the headphones out, and these are my father's original, if I can dig them out, original Sansui made in Japan headphones, which come with the Sansui solid state amplifier I have here, which is now powered up again. I've just got to get a guy to come out and wire it all back up again so I can get the Wharfdales going again, hook it up to a few machines. But via the headphones, I was amazed at how good a quality came through those ancient headphones. They are really awesome. The little clips here are broken on them, so they're a bit loose. And but these are gorgeous. This is from 1972. So ancient stuff. They make this and the Sansui amplifier. We've also got a Sansui record player that goes with it. That's actually never been serviced. The headphone socket actually I think is broken now. One of these is definitely broken, but never had service. So the other movie I actually put on display just at the moment, I'm trying to find a better place to put it, is Joysticks on Betamax. This is the video arcade movie. Haven't seen this one, you must get it. It's good for anyone who loves 1980s pinball and arcade video game era, all that sort of stuff like me. This is the movie for you. And then of course we've got their Video Nasties. Video Nasties Definitive Guide Part 1. Part 2's just come out, so I'm going to get that on DVD shortly. But besides that, it's just been moving stuff around here or there, finding places, digging out more horror films, and trying to basically get everything on horror that I have out on display. Last night I put scanners up here, and I definitely need to find some more space to put more horrors, because I've got a lot of them. And I definitely need to probably get one more lot of shelving. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it. There's not a lot of room around here left anymore, and you know, it's starting to get a bit full, but I love it in here. And this is my haven. This is where I come to relax, to remember the 80s, the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, and go back in time and just watch a movie. To me, movies are time machines. You stick them in the machine, you play them, you're back in whatever era that movie was made at, or what it's based on, which could be, a 30s movie made in the 90s or 2000s, or a 60s movie made in the 80s or something. So they're all time machines. So, and timepieces, and I'll never get rid of these, because no matter how much money I could probably make selling all of this, the money could not outweigh the enjoyment I get from these items. These are part of the history and evolution, the start and the evolution of home video. So I can't get rid of these, and they'll be with me as long as I live. unless something dramatically bad happens and things turn to shit, basically. So I hope you like what you're seeing here. I'll do some more videos in a moment about different stuff. We'll get some TVs and machines running so you can see what I'm playing with here. I actually have a machine missing, which is my SLHF950 Super Beta Hi-Fi machine, which is being posted to Melbourne tomorrow to get repaired. But this is Matt saying goodbye. Thanks for watching. Just a quick video update about last night, what I did, and few little things. I had to get these small case horrors on display, especially because they're Jaws. I mean, Jaws is my favourite film, so I had to get them on display. And one last thing, I do have an alligator reprint poster coming to me, thanks of a friend on Facebook who went to a film and TV convention in Australia recently, in Sydney I think, and he picked up a repo poster for me, so that was awesome. Better than nothing. So thanks very much for watching, and stay tuned.